Hi there. Today, more about spirituality. How to develop spirituality. Because spirituality is not a belief, it is experience. Experience that can be developed and be had through practice. So the right question should be not, do you believe in spiritual world, spiritual things, the world being spiritual, not physical, but do you experience spiritual phenomena, non-physical phenomena, phenomena that does not originate in the physical experience and is not connected with the physical experience? And if you do not, if you reckon that you have never experienced anything spiritual in your whole life, would you like to develop spiritual experience? Would you like to develop spirituality? Now, why would you want to do that? Why? There are many reasons for it. Because, if nothing else, you will develop some inner peace and balance that you might be lacking from your current life. You will experience things as limitless and yourself as limitless beyond time and space, beyond all the restrictions of the physical experience. Because you see, physical experience is very restricting and unsatisfying. And you can go beyond that by accessing the spiritual experience, by experiencing yourself not as a mechanical robot, but a spiritual being. So it is not a question of belief. It is a question of experience. Broadening experiences of spiritual nature we already have, building on them and practicing to develop more and more into depth, deeper into the mind, spiritual experiences that will enrich immensely our lives beyond one life cycle, way beyond. So we should really use some common sense when talking about spirituality. It is just really an experience. Do we want to have these sort of experiences that are of spiritual nature? Do we want to develop them more? Because you see what happens once you start your regular spiritual practice and do it for a while. Number one, you shift from your outer self to your inner self, which is beyond individual, which is beyond this one person, which is all-absorbing, limitless, eternal, beyond the cycle of life and death. This all happens with time, with practice. All you need to do is really, if you haven't already, just start some easy-to-do regular practice that you can incorporate into your lifestyle. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. It doesn't need to be anything that take up a lot of time. The key to it is regularity. It needs to be regular. It needs to happen on a regular basis. And then just keep with it. Keep doing it. As I said, if nothing else, you will bring some inner peace and balance into your life. It will make your life much more satisfying. It will bring insights into the life as is, more understanding about what is going on a physical level. You can, of course, join some sort of a religion, organized type of, institutionalized type of sort of spirituality, but without going into it, let's say that there may be unsatisfactory at this point, that there may be too many other interests involved and too many restrictions. Because you see what's happening with this so-called progress on a physical level, it's sort of we are getting way more and more away from the sort of spiritual experience. Like indigenous people were experiencing themselves and everything else, the world and the nature, on a much deeper spiritual level than we do. Because from the moment we are born, we are sort of just pushed into experiencing this outer self, the outside world, as the only self and the only world, and focusing just on that, at the expense of developing and broadening and deepening the spiritual experience. But that can all change by just starting a regular spiritual practice. There are many examples of that on this channel, and there are sure many other channels and sources from where you can sort of pick up things and develop things that you can incorporate into your life, into your everyday life. And start experiencing yourself on a deeper level, on a level that is more satisfying, more peaceful, more balanced. Take care. Bye-bye.